I'm here this afternoon to speak on the topic enhancing tax compliance, taxpayers compliance in the modern tax office. But before I proceed into the presentation proper, I would like to say that every one of us has a duty as a tax administrator in this era of technology innovation. And to that extent, our individual positive attitude toward work and commitment to duty will go a long way in achieving or ensuring taxpayers compliance. In the modern tax office, technology is expected to drive every tax process. And as such, our taxpayers are expected to file tax returns and make payments using the e-solution deployed by the management of the service, I mean the tax commerce solution. Be that as it may, it belongs on each and every one of us to equip ourselves adequately on all tax processes, on the tax commerce, so that we can be able to efficiently and effectively just review returns submitted by our esteemed taxpayers. If the returns are adequately and efficiently reviewed, just like previous speakers have spoken on that, and the EC too talk extensively on the robust debt information, revenue collection. This will not only boost revenue collection, but also enhance compliance. Therefore, what then is tax compliance? Tax compliance is the willingness of the taxpayer to act in accordance with the spirit of the tax laws and administration without any enforcement processes. It entails the taxpayer's decision to comply with the tax laws and regulations by paying taxes timely and accurately in line with the provision of the relevant sections of our various tax legislation. Having said that, the debt review, on the other hand, is a holistic examination of the returns submitted by our taxpayers, with the aim of checking out for arithmetical accuracy, completeness of the returns filed, and checking out also out for the carry forward figure from the previous year and ensure the figures are in tandem with what should be brought forward to the current year. With this little background, we now progress into the presentation in the other outline. We move from the introduction to the objective of the presentation, compliance obligation of the taxpayers, ensuring taxpayers compliance in the modern tax office, gain of automation and tax commerce adoption, review of tax return in the modern tax office, tips for quick review of tax returns, and of course, we conclude. The next slide. Globally, tax administrations have been leveraging on technology to achieve efficient and effective tax administration. As part of efforts to modernize tax administration, the management is empowered through the provision of Section 25 of Federal Inland Revenue Establishment Act 2007 as amended to deploy the tax commerce solution for ease of taxpayers compliance. With this, taxpayers now have seamless opportunities to register, file, and make payments for taxes through this solution from anywhere and at any time and their own convenience. What we are saying is the e-solution that was brought on board sometimes in 2021 by the present administration has come to stay. And if this has come to stay, it behoves on us as tax administrators to really develop our own skill, like the CD, ESG said in the morning. This is not just by accumulation of certificates, but we should equally look out for skills with which we can be able to work and deliver our job efficiently and effectively. The tax officers are now able to fill taxpayers' file electronically and check for compliance obligations, as well as conduct a quick review to ensure adequate compliance obligation. Therefore, as tax administrators, we have the responsibility to drive compliance. It is our responsibility to drive compliance through the solution and ensure that returns filed are accurately and completely. Next slide. Review. To highlight the compliance obligations of the taxpayer in this area of tax automation, provide procedures to adopt a review. The objectives of the presentations are these. One is to highlight the compliance obligation of the taxpayer in this area of tax automation, provide procedures to adopt a review of returns filed on the solution, and lastly, to reiterate the Executive Chairman cardinal goals of being customer-centric, data-centric, collaboration with stakeholders, and rebuilding the FRS institutional framework. Compliance obligations of the taxpayer. Taxpayers have statutory compliance obligation as provided in the relevant legislation, which can be grouped into two main categories. There is a mandatory compliance obligation, and there is a contractual compliance obligation. Next slide, please. The mandatory compliance obligation entails obligations imposed upon taxpayers by virtue of the relevant tax laws. Such will include the registration obligation. The taxpayer has the obligation to register. In line section 55 of CETA, sections 8, 9, and 10 of FATA, taxpayer equally have the obligation of filing what is deemed to be filed at the end of a specified period in accordance with the provisions of the law. This is contained in section 26 of FRS Establishment Act, section 52, 55, 57, and 58 of CETA, as well as section 15 of Value-Added Tax Act. They equally have the obligation of payments to make payments as a when due as prescribed. This can be found in section 27 of FRS Establishment Act, section 77, 78 to 80 of CETA, and section 12 and 3 of FATA. The last but not the least obligation expected of the taxpayer is the reporting obligation. This is contained in section 63 of CETA and section 11 of FATA. Information on any changes and third-party information. It is expected of the taxpayer to if there are changes in the information by the way of where they operate, the nature of business they do, or any material change at all that will affect their operations. They need to notify FIRS. That is what we refer to there as information on any changes and third-party information. This can be found in section 10, 12, 16, and 61 of CETA, as well as section 13A of FATA. Yes, as part of the obligation of the taxpayer. The other ones are mandatory obligation. This particular one is a contractual obligation. contractual compliance obligations. This involves obligations whereby the service is empowered to direct taxpayer to perform certain compliance obligations. For example, deduction of tax and such. The service can notify in writing the Accountant General has contained in some of our legislation to deduct taxes which ought to have been remitted by agencies of government, but they failed to do so. The recently appointed money deposit banks and some telecom organizations to deduct VAT as such and remit to FRS are examples of a contractual compliance obligation. We equally have power of substitution as contained in the FRS Establishment Act to substitute and ensure that what is due to the government is accurately collected from a defaulting tax payer. Other one there is collection of tax by taxable persons. Move on. Now, how do you drive compliance? This is where we should concentrate more. How do you drive compliance? Tax administrators have the responsibility to drive compliance in collaboration with other stakeholders. And this comprises, but not limited to the points listed below. We need to ensure that the deadlines for filing returns are complied with by all taxpayers in line with different tax requirements. We all know for CIT, you will have to file 6 months, not later than 6 months, from the end of the accounting year of such a company. For VAT, it has to be done within the 21st day of the succeeding month, due to withholding tax and other taxes collected by the service. Driving compliance again, we have some recalcitrant taxpayers. You have to persuade them. I could give an example. When I was in the LTO as TC, there was this particular company that did not file returns for about 5 years. So when I got there, they came requesting for TCC. I insisted, TCC will not be issued for you. It's sort of a big person in the country. I don't want to mention them. So probably previous people are free. So I now said, the consultant is sent to, I said, go back, tell whoever at the board of directors of the company, let them do the filing. If they file, I will see what they can do. Even if it is issued with 36. You will not believe they went back, and this big man we're talking about wanted to bid for the contract in Abuja. So it remains about 48 hours to the closure of the bidding. So the following day, they came back. That means those returns have been prepared, but they refused over the years to render it. So they brought the 5 returns for different years. So when they brought it, I said, okay, now that you have filed, if you are not going to pay anything at all before I issue TCC, you have to clear all the education tax, actual education tax, computed by you. Behold, because they needed that thing urgently, they went and refused. What am I saying? This is a recalcitrant taxpayer who has refused to fight over the years. 2 wrongs cannot make a right. So in a situation where you have tried all your best and you are still not getting results, you could resort to the use of moral suasion to pacify the taxpayer, to comply with what the law says they should do. Again, train and educate taxpayers on the need to file returns and assist to file returns where necessary. In my office, there is a table we created for every taxpayer that comes around. For any challenge at all, there is a standby person to attend to the person. So I will encourage each and every one of us in our African services to create such a table issues that cannot be handled by the scheduled officer, most times they do escalate to my team. The ones I cannot handle, okay, I say with due respect, there are so many cases I refer to him for resolution, and at the end of the day, we are able to get results. So training and educating our taxpayer is the major driving factor for us to ensure taxpayers' compliance. The tax office is expected to ensure that all the obligations are complied with in the filing process. Ensuring taxpayer compliance in the modern tax office. The following procedures can be adopted in ensuring that taxpayers comply with the necessary obligation. Analyzing compliance program. Compliance program is a program that is very detailed, saying so many things about the taxpayer. The name is on the compliance program. Team, the account year end, when such a company is expected to make return is there. The turnover in the last 3 to 5 years is there. Even the payment terms, those are paying, how much do they pay, and so on and so forth. So we need to keep a robust compliance program and ensure that we update the compliance program on monthly or quarterly basis as the legal advisor. That's what we're saying here. We need to monitor filing by sending reminder messages to taxpayers before the due date. Yes, this is another good thing to do to ensure taxpayers' compliance. You will even write at the beginning of the year to appreciate the taxpayer for what they did in the last years and equally inform them of the obligations expected of them in the current year. With that, they will want to ordinarily comply and do what is expected of them by law. In my office too, there is a WhatsApp group we created for all our taxpayers. So on the WhatsApp group, I have the TPS, head of TPS in their room. I have 2 or 3 other versatile officers in my office to be on the same group. So if one is not responding to the challenges or the questions being asked by the taxpayer, me too, I'm on the same platform with them. So I can quickly call them. There's a question somebody is asking. Somebody be asking, I need to file. I don't know how to go about it. Somebody be asking, I want to make payments and this thing is not coming up. How can you assist me to do this? These are things we can do to further enhance taxpayers' compliance in the Modern Tax Office. Again, that is establishing quick response desk to promptly respond to issues that can inhibit the compliance obligation. Confirm that all taxes have been duly remitted and the payment gateways are not in any way delayed payments. This usually happens towards the end of every month. There are some of these payment gateways, the remitter and the likes. Money will be hanging, and if you did not monitor properly so that necessary actions can be taken, what we were supposed to collect was split to July, and that is not looking too good of our system. So as a tax administrators, we hold our responsibility to monitor and ensure that all payments comes in as and when expected. The system, the tax system that we are all into it, while the system computes penalty for failure to comply with relevant obligations, the tax officer must ensure that filing is complete. It is our duty as scheduled officers handling files. Every day I insist, I go around. At times when I'm walking around the office, they say, okay, it's you. What's it called? Award rank. He said, any day I'm not in the office, I say it's all around. That's why you're not come to do award rank. So I go around their table. If I see you are not working, because these days I have come to realize that most of our officers are not even interested in the job. Except you push them to do the job. Most of them, when they come to the office in the money, they are preoccupied with their phone. In fact, in most of the meetings we had in the office, I used to challenge them. There are those of you that have come in the morning and think the right thing for you to do is to be pressing your phone. And at the end of the month, you will expect government to pay you and compensate you for the job you have not done. I said, well, I won't say any other thing, but the prayers are there to judge. So some of them, after some time, when they discover that this man will not leave us alone, they change from there. They can start institute and begin to do what is right to be done in the office. Yes. Tax officers should also be aware of the limitations imposed by any appointment or delegation of taxpayers in complying with the various obligations, such as commencement date, penalties, as well as terms of reference of the engagement. Like we engage some of these organized sectors of the economy, like the telecoms that recently engaged as a tax administrator in an office. We should be conversant with when did we commence such operation, so that we won't be asking taxpayer for what they ought to have been remitted, the appointed organizations ought to have, which are remitted to us. The same thing, because if you begin to ask them, it will look as if we are not coordinated and we don't really know what we're doing. We equally need to ensure that payment of approved instruments are religiously implemented. Yes, for some of us, the taxpayers pays in billions. Even for some of us, the taxpayers pays in thousands of naira. They do. I've seen it at the coordination when I resumed. There was a taxpayer asking for an installment on the payment of 30,000 naira. I look at it and said, okay, why should we be asking for, 30 million naira? Why should we be asking for an installment payment of 30 million naira? They came begging, stated a lot of challenges, and I said, okay, before this is granted, there's an approved authority. Because what is expected of you if you're going to take advantage of an instrument is to start paying earlier than your due date of filing. Because whatever your installment payment is should end on the last day of your filing period. So if it goes beyond that, it's only the executive chairman that has the power to say he wants to waive the interest and penalty. So our employers, we go back to check our installment payments procedure so that we won't be falling foul of the law. We equally need to ensure that the credit notes for upload are validated and approved. Yes, taxpayers is a credit to the taxpayer, and we owe them a duty to ensure that the process is diligently followed and pursue whichever arm of the service is empowered to credit the credit notes, to put the credit notes on the solution that we embrace, that's one solution, so that that's why they can make use of the credit notes they have. You can't be having money with me and then you are asking me to come and pay when you have not given me my right. So we need to be more careful about the details. All strategies ensuring taxpayers' compliance must align with the ECFR's cardinal goals of being customer-centric. They are customers, they need to be treated well, they need to be taken care of, they need to be attended to, they need to be assisted on all tax matters. Data-centric, data reporting, that's the data management department. We have the bank data analysis. The web portal is there. Custom information is there. These are all data that we can embrace when we are reviewing and to ensure that our taxpayers comply with the stated laws of the land. Collaboration with other stakeholders too. CAC. I know when we are migrating from our manual system of operation to the current position where we are, a lot of taxpayers in my office, as a controller in the land tax office then, had CAC. I did not stop at disturbing the tax team. I went as far as getting contacts of some of the CAC people, and we related with them smoothly. That is collaborating. We are collaborating with other stakeholders because we needed results, and that was why we were able to have in the first year of introduction of that e-solution, we had a 90% completion of migration of our tax payments to the tax code. But in the following year, we had 100%. So I want us to, it goes beyond, have reported to the ISG, have reported to whoever that is there. You on your own too, just like the EC stated in the money, we should think beyond the box. What can we do for the system to move the system forward? We should own our job. I used to tell my people when we're having tech conversation, ownership and responsibility is the duty of each and every one of us. So we should own this job as if it's our own. That is where we get our daily means of life, and we should not allow it to suffer in any form. Again, rebuilding FRS institutional framework is another factor to be considered in ensuring taxpayers compliance in the modern tax service. Merits of automation and tax commerce adoption, that which I call the gains of automation and tax commerce adoption. With the adoption of the e-solution, that is the tax commerce, we will be able to increase the collection of all taxes. There is an increase in transparency in tax administration, faster and accurate processing time, blocking revenue leakages of penalties and interest which were hitherto manually computed. And you know, they will come to us. We are guilty of this offense in the past. Come to us what they are supposed to do. Man to no man receives. You say, okay, I like the face of this other one. Instead of you to complete taxes, okay, you can go ahead and do 10. But with innovation, that is no longer possible. With automation, that is no longer possible. Convenience for taxpayers, brand the clock. The taxpayer will just pick up at any time of the day and sell, find it, come to move down to make my payments, and so on and so forth. The automation too is friendly user interface. When you interface with the system and produce the required results, you become friend with that system. And it's a positive seed for them to want to do more. Prompt updates of taxpayers' ledger balances. Yes, going forward, I think from June 2021, for every deduction done, they automatically credited to taxpayers' ledger balances as always. Even though we still have a bit of illness, and I believe in time it's a still problem to overcome us. Instant detection of errors and inaccuracies of taxpayers' file. There are sanctions at the system review of tax returns in the modern tax service. The task force we are talking about has about 14 schedules that can be uploaded into the solution. We have to turn over schedules, the cost of sales, the expenses, the assets, and the labs. There are about 14 of them. So the schedule capture figures in the entire financial statement. And the following returns are uploaded into the tax form. The financial statement of the company, notes to the accounts, the tax computation, etc. With this, the tax offices can also appeal, yes, I do that a lot, to the taxpayers or their consultants to submit a physical copy of the annual returns to update their physical files pending full automation of our records. What they will tell you is the cost of duplication. So you can tell them instead of sending the physical copy, they could send it to your email. And when you get it, the office email or your official personal email, when you get it, you can print. It will further enhance your review when you are about to do. The review to be conducted can be in two broad categories. We have the compliance review and we have the substantive review. Compliance review involves a review conducted to confirm the compliance level in relation to the legal requirements. Yes, when that is supposed to file, this is file, detail of payments, that's it. Why the substantive review involves review of the reliability, validity of figures and computations in the report, as well as application of the IFRS standard applied in preparation of the financial statement. This is where our job is. This is what our job is. It will include the below the line items, the treatment of provisions, the treatment of unrealized change loss of gain, and the likes. Next slide. Procedures in the review of tax return filed in the tax products. Since we said at the beginning of the presentation, all taxpayers are to file and make payments using the solution platform, which is the tax product. So when they file, what is expected of us as officers of the service are the ones, but not limited to the ones we have stated on this slide. You print out the download of the financial statements, and that's why I said you could tell them to send you the soft copy to the financial statements, and when you get it, you print it out and compare with the documents on the tax code, the schedules which they equally filed on the tax code. So when you are comparing, you see this a lot of times. The figure filed most times on the tax code are very short of the figure reported in the audited account. And when you see that, we all know the implication. We quickly call the attention of the tax payer, we write to them, and from there we can adjust. Perform returns to review risk assessment with the industrial sector average deriving from any structural compliance program. I said it earlier, everything we are doing boils down to a robust compliance program. If your compliance program is very robust, you can be able to make industrial comparison. And if a particular company in the same line of business is not doing as good as the other ones, though there will be other factors, which when you probe into, might not necessarily be the one hindering the other one. It's not performing up to expectation, then you can be able to get additional yield from there. Perform analytical review, that is ratio analysis. Analytical review of turnover using the data match of the team, VAT returns. Yes, this is the monthly thing we render for us. At the end of the day, we cross it, we total it up, and we try to compare with the turnover. We discover that there is a short sum. It's a pointer to be clear to the tax payer. You did not pay in full what you were expected to pay. Please can you please pay it all. Then again, we told you tax creditors. Some of us have been doing that. Some of the things like listed here are things we've been doing. Probably we slept on our rights or we forgot. So it's more or less like a refresher to each and every one of us, and now we enjoy us. So we go for our various offices. We will equally organize a technical session where these will be discussed extensively with our officers and equally reminded, just like we are reminding ourselves here too. Okay, review the expenses considering industrial average, analysis of connection, expense to revenue, expense to asset, that is ratio analysis. to carry out the ratio analysis of what is the contour or percentage of an expense to be turnover in this particular year, in the following year. If expenses are going up and revenue is coming down, then it's a signal that something is wrong somewhere. It could be that they are trying to overstate their expenses at the detriment of the revenue, which the bottom line is the profit after tax we all after. Capital allowance procedural review. We all know the capital allowance need to be sure of the rates to be granted, the initial, the annual, the investment, and all other allowances to be granted as it relates to capital allowance of the company. A thorough review, be quick. The review of capital allowances in my office has seen so much. Most of them, in the capital allowance review, the audit will have done there, the information will have done there. But most of our officers, they don't bother to look at the reports, not the audit investigation. So the proper figure in most cases, you discover from the audit ought to have been lesser. But because we don't take our time to really look into what they have done, or probably we do not get the reports from them. Because some of them too, we have to refer to ourselves. They don't send me reports. I don't experience reports at our regional meeting when I register reports because a lot of issues come offices and the auditors. We're asking for the letter of intent to guide us on capital allowances granted, to guide us on losses to be allowed. But when the reports are not forthcoming, because of that, then we used to tell us, you have to be free. We are one. We shouldn't work in silos. They too we are led, because when I resume as state auditor, I call a separate meeting of the tax controllers. I listen to the earnings and the penalties. I only call a meeting of all the tax auditors and investigators and whatever. I only listen to their own. So at the end of the day, I resolved. So I used to resolve to balance the situation. And I retreated it there. There are no more working in silos. The global objective is for us. That 12 trillion naira is a done deal. Now we must all work seriously to ensure that that amount is realized. So review the capital allowance could bring a whole lot of revenue additional to the revenue. Review trade and other contractual agreements. Yes, in the course of our review, even notes to the accounts alone, or the chairman's remark, in the course of the year, we have engaged Mr. So to carry out so. As a debt officer, it is our duty to quickly write and request for such an agreement if they were not stated with the intention of capturing our stamp duty from there, and so on and so forth. Tips for quick review of tax returns. When we are reviewing, emphasis should be on some of these ones here, and others are not stated there. Revenue items, we all know, turnover, other income, and the rest of them. We should check out for omissions of revenue streams, check out for non-disclosure of revenue, check out for barter arrangements. Some of these companies will engage the service of a taxpayer. Instead of paying cash, they will not. We will now in return probably give out their goods. It is expected of us to quantify the revenue accrued to the goods given in return for the services rendered. It should be part of revenue, and we have to point it out to the company and let them pay their sales taxes if they have not. For cost of sales and administration expenses, we need to check out for overstatement of cost, check out for non-related expenses. If you said you are into business of trading, maybe probably you are trading pure water, and in the course of reviewing your books, how I'm seeing the expenses relating to somebody who is into knowledge business. Those expenses are not related. The next thing I will do is I will segregate those and ask you for the income related to this other one. That's what we're saying. Check out for non-related expenses. Non-allowable deductions. We all know them. Compensation and lives. We have it back. If they are not having it back in the tax competition. Check out for CAPEX. To say capital expenditure. As a matter of fact, any capital item or any item in here which is capital in nature should not be allowed as, because the benefits of the report span beyond the year and the rest of that. It has to be allowed in the current year of the year. Then check out for below the lines items. You mentioned this earlier. Those that has to do with provisions. At the middle of the year, it's normal for a business concern to make provision for an item of expense. And at the end of the year, if that provision is not fully utilized, why should we allow this to pass as a wholly responsible rent? Why should we allow it to pass as a rent expense? We have to disallow such. For assets, starting point is the ownership. Check out for the owner. Who are the owner? The company wanting to claim that allowance. Are they really giving out such an asset? Check out for the assistance. Some of them will want to claim allowances on this, on assets that does not exist. Should not be allowed. Check out for the usage by the company. It is not just enough for you to acquire assets. Keep, and you want to start claiming capital allowances on it. Yes, at the tax office level, you may not be able to do much in this way because we were not allowed to go for a comprehensive audit of such a company. But you could do a spy inspection of some of them. When you discover that the capital allowances the particular company is claiming is becoming too high, you will take a walk there, or you call any of your shop officer to pay a visit to the company and see whether what they are saying is genuine or not. And you insist. When you insist and they really need something from you, they will know whether it is their asset, whether that particular asset is in use or not. Then again, we confirm the fact of the asset. We will ask. I think it's a follow-up there, because on certificate of acceptance from the inspectorate unit of commerce and the mix of commerce and the industry. On that, the quantity of the asset will be stated there, and the value too will be stated. And if the company is claiming a different allowances on the value stated on the certificate, the rules is on us as a tax administrator to disallow and not allowed to. We feel of the tax competitions too. In fact, it's revealing. Some of them, we want to claim what they're not supposed to claim in tax competition. So the following review can be conducted to verify the adequacy of tax payments, confirm the authenticity and genuinity of non-taxable and exempted items. When they present to you the tax competition, something that they did not have an issue brought in the income, they will go down the line there, wanting to exempt it from the tax competition. That should not be allowed. Confirm the legitimacy of relief claimed in the tax competition. Yes, so many of them who are not even entitled or are not supposed to claim a particular relief because they know that was not cheap. You just load all those things and get it with it. And one of our brothers went visiting. They say, "Hey, what kind of job are you doing in the tax offices?" And so we don't know what we're supposed to do. We know what we're supposed to do. It's just that we're doing this. Some of us are doing this. And that's why I started by saying in my opening speech that our individual positive attitude to work and commitment to duty will go alone in ensuring transparency of and will eventually increase the revenue expected from such a company. Confirm the figure adjusted in tax computation, I've spoken extensively on that, to actual figures in the financial statement. Then we reconcile figures brought forward in the tax computation. Again, all companies are expected to be monitored if we were returning losses. In fact, when I really got to the LT, I picked a particular farm and I was going through it. I saw that the company had been under a mere period. When they came out of another period, they said the minimum tax competition is not applicable because it was implementing business. Is it possible for you to be born 2 times? That was the question I put to the consultant. It's only with due respect for our justice. Is it possible for you to be born 2 times? So you have been in operation for so long a period, just because you had pioneer operations. You came back, you are telling me you are recommencing, and as such, you are returning losses. And you don't want me to impose minimum tax application. I said no. We took it up, we wrote to the technical ladies of the service, and the judgment was in our favor. So the taxpayer was forced to go and pay their damage. But if we don't do it, nobody will tell us, we will assist us to do it. It all costs of mistaking, it all costs of uncertain efforts, it all costs of diligence when we're referring the returns of our tax payments. Conclusion. No one likes to pay taxes. This is why it is necessary that tax administrators enforce and drive compliance of tax returns and processes. The importance of desk review for quick wins, low-hanging fruit, for additional tax collection cannot be emphasized. So our effective and efficient desk review will not only increase revenue collection, but will further drive compliance and bring in more taxpayers to the tax system. Thank you.